At the base of Mount Fuji in Japan, there lies a forest that has captured the curiosity of people all around the world. Its name is Aokigahara Forest. At first glance, Aokigahara looks like a peaceful and beautiful place. The forest stretches across nearly 35 square kilometers in Japan's Yamanashi prefecture. Tall trees grow closely together, creating a thick green canopy that blocks much of the sunlight. The air is cool, the environment feels calm, and several quiet hiking trails wind through the forest. For many visitors, it looks like the perfect place to experience nature. But behind this natural beauty, Aokigahara carries a reputation that is far darker. For decades, international media have often referred to this place as the Suicide Forest. It is a nickname that has made Aokigahara one of the most mysterious forests in the world. But the story of this forest is more complex than many people realize. To truly understand Aokigahara, we need to look deeper, not just at the mystery, but also at its history, its environment, and the human stories connected to it. The birth of Aokigahara. The origins of Aokigahara Forest go back more than 100 years. In the year 864 AD, Mount Fuji experienced a massive volcanic eruption. Lava flowed across the land surrounding the mountain, covering large areas with thick layers of molten rock. Over time, nature slowly began to reclaim this hardened lava field. Plants began to grow, seeds found their way into cracks in the rock, trees slowly spread across the area, and after centuries, what once was a barren volcanic landscape became the dense forest now known as Aokigahara. However, the forest still carries the marks of its volcanic past. The ground beneath the trees is uneven and rough. Tree roots twist and stretch above the surface because the hardened lava makes it difficult for them to grow deep into the soil. Walking through the forest can sometimes feel strange and unfamiliar. In some areas, the ground forms hidden caves and cracks created by ancient lava flows. And this unique terrain contributes to another unusual feature of Aokigahara. Navigation inside the forest can be surprisingly difficult. The lava rocks in the ground can sometimes interfere with compasses, making them less reliable. Because of this, people who wander too far away from established trails may find it surprisingly easy to become disoriented. The silence of the forest. One of the most commonly reported experiences by visitors to Aokigahara is something unexpected. Unlike many forests where the sound of wind and wildlife fills the air, Aokigahara can feel strangely quiet. The trees grow extremely close together, forming thick walls of vegetation. These dense trees block much of the wind from reaching the forest floor. As a result, the usual sounds of rustling leaves or moving branches are often absent. Some visitors describe the atmosphere as peaceful. Others describe it as deeply unsettling. Many people say the silence feels almost too quiet, creating the feeling of being completely separated from the outside world. Another factor adds to this sense of isolation. Once you move deeper into the forest, mobile phone signals often disappear. With no signal, no sound of wind, and dense trees in every direction, Aokigahara can feel like a place frozen in time. How the forest got its dark reputation. Aokigahara's reputation did not appear overnight. The forest began gaining attention in the 20th century, partly because of literature and media. In 1960, a Japanese novelist named Seicho Matsumoto published a novel titled Kuroi Jukai, which translates to Black Sea of Trees. In the story, the forest was portrayed as a place where a tragic character ends their life. The novel became widely known in Japan, and over time, the idea of Aokigahara as a place associated with despair began to spread. As years passed, real-life tragedies also occurred in the forest. Media coverage of these events further strengthened Aokigahara's dark reputation. But researchers and mental health experts often emphasize an important point. The issue of suicide in Japan is not caused by a single place. Instead, it is connected to many complex factors such as extreme work pressure, financial struggles, social expectations, and mental health challenges. Aokigahara simply became a location symbolically connected to those struggles. Efforts to prevent tragedy. Because of the forest's reputation, authorities in Japan have taken steps to help prevent tragedies from happening there. At several entrances to the forest, visitors will see large signs placed by local authorities. These signs contain messages such as, "Please reconsider," "Your life is precious," "Think about your family." Some signs also provide phone numbers for mental health support services and crisis hotlines. In addition to these signs, volunteers and local authorities regularly conduct patrols in parts of the forest. Their mission is not only to find people who may have become lost, but also to help anyone who might be experiencing emotional distress. In many cases, these volunteers approach individuals they encounter in isolated parts of the forest and simply start a conversation. Sometimes that conversation can make a life-saving difference. Legends and supernatural stories. Like many mysterious places around the world, Aokigahara is also surrounded by legends and supernatural stories. One legend often connected to the area is called Ubasute. According to folklore, during times of extreme famine in ancient Japan, elderly family members were sometimes taken to remote mountains and left there to die. Many historians believe these stories are largely symbolic rather than historical fact. However, over time, these legends became associated with the eerie atmosphere of places like Aokigahara. Visitors sometimes report strange experiences while walking through the forest. Some claim they feel as if someone is watching them. Others say they hear unexplained sounds echoing between the trees. But scientists and psychologists often offer a simpler explanation. When humans enter extremely quiet, isolated environments, the brain can become more sensitive to small sounds and sensations. In such places, even ordinary sounds can feel mysterious. The natural beauty of Aokigahara. Despite the dark stories that surround it, Aokigahara is also a place of incredible natural beauty. Many tourists visit the area each year to explore its unique environment. There are several official hiking trails that guide visitors safely through parts of the forest. Nearby attractions also make the region popular among travelers. One of these is the Narusawa Ice Cave, a natural cave formed by ancient lava flows where ice can remain year-round. Another fascinating location is the Fugaku Wind Cave, known for its unusual lava formations and cool interior. From certain trails, visitors can even enjoy stunning views of Mount Fuji, Japan's most iconic mountain. For nature lovers, the area offers a rare opportunity to see a forest shaped by volcanic history. What Aokigahara teaches us. The story of Aokigahara is not simply a story about mystery. It is also a reminder of something deeply human. Behind every statistic, every news story, and every legend, there are real people and real struggles. Mental health challenges can affect anyone, anywhere in the world. And one of the most important lessons we can take from places like Aokigahara is the importance of support, compassion, and communication. When people face overwhelming difficulties, reaching out for help can make an enormous difference. Across the world, many organizations and support services exist to help people through their darkest moments. And sometimes, simply talking to someone who listens can change everything. Conclusion: Aokigahara Forest is a place filled with contrasts. It is both beautiful and haunting, a natural landscape shaped by volcanic forces, and a place connected to powerful human emotions. For some, it is simply a quiet forest near Mount Fuji. For others, it represents one of the world's most mysterious locations.